What is good, YouTube? It's your boy, and today we got another Monster Hunter World build video for you guys. I switched it up. I am not using my bow as of right now. I am using another weapon, and that is a light bowgun. And for those people who play Monster Hunter, you guys already know light bowguns basically are based around ammo that you have. This build in particular, I use slicing ammo. For those who didn't know, the last patch that just came out nerf slicing ammo, and people are saying it's not useful, but I'm here to tell you it is still very, very useful, especially when you're solo. It's really good in group situations just because of the utility, but as fast as you can do it in a solo, I feel this is the best way to run it. So let's get into it. You guys can see off the bat, I am rocking Xenojiva gear. I have 3-piece, and the reason I have 3-piece is because of the ability it gives you. It's called Xenojiva Divinity. Half sharpens loss for those people who use swords. And for bows and bowguns, shots have a chance to not expend coatings or ammo. So basically, for people who don't understand what that is, let's say I shoot a power shot and it takes, so let's say I have 50 power shots, and I shoot one and it takes it down to 49. There's a chance that that won't even take you down. I'll still be at 50. I can basically have it, luck of the draw. I can pretty much, I would say, on average, if I have 50 shots, I'll shoot around 70 or 75. It's amazing because, one, you save money from having to buy ammo, or you save time from having to farm ammo. And what's really, really good is it's a big DPS increase. So that's Xenojiva Divinity. You get that from wearing 3 pieces, and 3 pieces I do have is the headgear, claws, and spine. But let's get into it. So you guys can see right here, this gives me flinch free and special ammo boost. Flinch free is really good. I mean, it's not a necessity. Like, to me, I feel like I wouldn't need it, but it's still good to have, especially if you get rushed, and you know, if you are in the distance, you have really high aggro chance for their jump attacks or their rush attacks when you're fighting big monsters. So it's really good to have that knockdown resistance. One thing that's really good with it is special ammo boost, and special ammo boost works really good with bow guns because all of the ammo is considered special ammo, so it's basically a buff to all of your ammo, and it's only a level 2 increase. So once you get 2, you have basically the maxed out version of it, so you don't have to invest too much or get in charm in order to max this out. So that's on my headgear. You get flinch free and special ammo boost. On my chest, I have Dobermail, and it's pretty much simple. You can change this. A lot of people are using Ergante for extra stamina and defense, but I want to go with attack boost just for whenever I don't have my slicing ammo. The more attack I have, obviously, the better. This gives you 2 off the bat, and you get a gem slot, and I'm actually using my gem slot to give me another flinch free, which ultimately brings me to level 3, which prevents knockbacks and tripping period, which is really good in a lot of situations. So Xenojiva claws, they also come with flinch free. This is how I get basically all 3. I have the headgear, I have the brace on the Dober, and then I have another flinch free on my claws, and that gives me level 3. And it also gives a critical boost, which is pretty much useless for this build. I think this is the only unused real talent for how I use it. I mean, obviously you can build into it some other way, but for the most part, I feel it's pretty much useless. I wish I can roll it off, but I can't at the moment. Xenojiva Spine, Blight Resistance 2, which is really good, obviously, for people who know. Gains protection against all elemental blights, and it reduces the duration by 60%. Level 3 is amazing. It nullifies it, but I don't have the decoration for it, sadly. But as of right now, this is really good just to have 60% reduced duration. That is over half, so that's really good. And Kirin leg guards. The reason I'm using Kirin leg guards, for obvious reasons, people who are aware of how the bowgun works, there's loading capacities, and if you have level 3 free element ammo up, you will be able to have every single piece of ammo with an increased capacity. And in this sense, partnered up with the Googleist Whale, which is my weapon, I get 3 slicing ammo. So basically what's really good with that is the fact that Xenojiva Divinity works off of basically you shooting. I have 3 chances for that to proc per clip, and that's basically amazing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like over time, even if after the nerf, the damage will just stack up. If you just spam, you can even see that my dragon ammo is at 3 capacity, exhaust at 7, sleep at 7, poison ammo at 8. You can just see how crazy it is when you actually have a big clip and you fuse that with Xenojiva Divinity. You're gonna have some amazing stuff. And you can see also with my custom mods, make sure to mod your bowgun with all reload assist. Everything else is pretty much diminishing returns, in my opinion. I feel over time, reloading faster is a big increase in DPS and damage over time. Basically just because you're able to put out more shots than having to wait, and that reload is really long when you don't have it. So make sure you put 3 reload assists when you're running, especially for slicing, because it's just non-stop pressure. And going into my charm, I have an awakening charm level 1. I didn't have to upgrade it because I didn't want to waste resources when I already basically have all 3. The only difference I would change in this obviously is to change the take away attack, since it doesn't really scale with slicing ammo anymore. I feel I would rather put like a death stench chest on, just so I can put attack here, or put any charm, you know what I'm saying? So going down to my mantle, I always use vitality mantle, best mantle in the game in my opinion. It saves you from getting one shot, especially in situations where you guys don't have lives anymore. You need to make sure you have this on in order to finish off your target. And health booster, pretty much just an extra heal. It's always good to have, especially when you don't need to waste resources and waste those heals. So that's pretty much the build, you guys. The weapon I will always go with for now is Google's Whale, just because it's basically built around slicing ammo. Slicing ammo is just really, really good on this. You get to have a 3 capacity, and the damage is extremely high. You see it's a 260. I don't need to really worry about nothing else, and I get a level 2 gem slot for whenever I do need it. So that's pretty much it, you guys. For the people who wanted to run this, I feel this is really, really good. People are saying that, oh, after the slicing ammo nerf, because it got hit hard. Slicing ammo was insane before the patch, and now it's just really, really good. For the solo hunters, I feel this is a really good build. It's so easy to maintenance. All you have to do, this is how I usually do it. Whenever I go into a hunt, I'll come to provision, stockpile, and what I'll do is I'll buy to box, and then I'll just go to the ammos and literally just buy as much slicing ammo as I need. For whatever hunt. I mean, honestly, or you can just go ahead and splurge like right now, just for the sake of the video. I'll buy like 1,000. So I bought 1,000 shots for slicing ammo. This goes straight into my box. Since you can only carry 30 at a time, you're gonna be making a lot of trips back to your base when you're mid fight, just so you can basically cheese having the ammo, since they did decrease it, unless you have slash berries, but you have to go farm for those and go look around. But the way I do it is basically this: I'll go into a hunt. Slicing you most monsters in solo can't handle your full 30 slicing clip, because of the sheer damage you're doing. And when you're solo, you just be able to put more pressure. You can read their movements a lot better, because you know they're only focusing on you, and you're just gonna be able to spam that. But how I do it basically is I'll go into a hunt, I'll stock up, I'll eat, I'll do whatever I do. I'll make sure I buy barrel bombs and stuff, and I'll just go to the monster, spam 30 shots, spam. Most of the time, like I said, you're hitting around 45 shots without having to go back to your base anyways. That's way more than enough to make a monster move location. When a monster moves location, what you're gonna do is, instead of wasting I forgot the name of this item. Instead of wasting a failed caster, I forgot the name of it. Well, never mind. Anyways, instead of wasting that thing that sends you back to your base, all you have to do is fast travel, since the monster did leave the location. You go back to your box, restock 30 ammo, and go back and rinse and repeat, and keep doing that every time they move. You make sure you go back and restock, and then by the time they're sleeping, all you have to do is put down your Wyvern Blast, 3 Wyvern Blast, 2 barrels or whatever, and load them full of slicing ammo, and all of a sudden the hunt's over. That's pretty much how I run it. I don't think there's anything more simpler to run. This is a very, very noob friendly build. This is a very, very good end game build. You can see my defense is extremely high, because I am rocking Xenojiva. Everything maxed out pretty much. You can see 78, 72, 78, 78, and 70. My defense is almost at 400, which really makes it seem like you feel like you can do it pretty much everything in the game, up until obviously you go and do tempered elder dragons. But for the most part, this will pretty much help you throughout all the content in the game. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy, man. I'm trying to get a little better at this game. If you're interested in ranged, this is like my play style. I like ranged weaponry. This is basically tied for me in my head between the best range in the game. People are saying heavy bowgun could be better. I haven't really tried it. I probably will end up trying it, but as of right now, this is what I'm running with after the slicing ammo patch. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for another build. Your boy is out.